Well, hi, Judy. It's great seeing you again. And I am just wanting you to know that I'm very encouraged as to how our sessions have been going over the past few times that we've met together. It's been really encouraging for me, like I said, and I think that you should be encouraged that there's really some growth taking place in your life. Do you feel the same way? How do you feel about how things have been going? Okay, sure. Yeah. Well, you've talked about that. I think it was a couple times ago. You talked about how your family really wanted you to be here, to come spend some time with a therapist, and just talking about things and how they thought that was a good idea. But you didn't really think it was. But can you talk more about that? Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, that's great, Judy. That's super encouraging to hear. So you're starting to feel like maybe they're onto something, that maybe you really do need to be here. I mean, that makes me really happy to hear that. That's really encouraging, and I'm happy for you, and just looking forward to more growth in our times together. So let me ask you this: when you think about your family wanting you to be here, and now you're recognizing that yourself, what comes to mind, or how do you feel about situations like you've described in the past, where sometimes you feel like you can manage and sometimes you feel like you can't, and just feeling really iffy about those kind of situations? Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We talked about journaling, and I know you've done that, and you've shown me some of your journals, and I really appreciate that. And I think just recognizing that is already making a huge stride towards some growth and development in your life, in regards to handling and managing these situations. What keeps you? What would you say keeps you from really desiring to see some differences in your family life, or your work situation, or even relationship with your husband or kids? Oh, yeah. Okay. So you really are feeling like you want to change, but maybe you're scared of what that looks like, or how that may affect the dynamic and things in the family life and even at work. Is that true? Is that what you mean by that? Right. Yeah. I mean, I can understand that. I mean, my family, we deal with some of the same stuff, and I know really most people do. That's very normal. And it's normal to feel afraid. I understand that. And so, what I thought would be helpful is if you could just think through some differences, maybe a situation, maybe even role playing with me and talking to me a little bit about a situation with, like, you and your husband. And maybe he says something like, "You've changed," and you say, "I don't really know what you're talking about." Can we kind of do that for a minute? Okay. Yeah. So, Judy, you've changed. You're not the same person I married years ago. Okay. Well, I like how you did that, Judy. I think that's so important, just to pause and to really think through it, to not react or um, respond in any way, but just to hear the person and then tell them how that makes you feel, when you come to that. And I believe doing that will help you kind of to make some significant changes in your relationships, with work and with your family. Now, you've mentioned that you will drink at times to cope with the craziness and the stress of everything going on. Um, Tell me more about that. Okay. So it makes you feel better, just kind of helps you chill out, right? And then I think you've even mentioned in the past it kind of isolates you from the family and those kind of things too. Yeah. Okay. So you really would like to stop drinking, but you're afraid of what that might look like and how you might do it, and maybe you would have some of the same feelings. Is that accurate? Hmm. I can relate to that. Just honestly, I really can. I truly can, and that's tough. I understand, when you go through those challenges and you want to, respond in certain ways and maybe take a drink, and all the problems go away. But many times they just come right back. And something that's really helped me in my sobriety, my recovery, is the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I want to encourage you to do that. And I'm not saying do it like out loud when you're having that situation, but maybe quietly, just through some time of prayer, meditation, maybe even as you're journaling, just to just pause and possibly even write that out and write, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change. You can't change your husband. You can't change your kids. You can't change your work situation. But what it does say is, God, give me the courage to change the things that I can and the wisdom to know the difference. I think by thinking through those, praying, journaling, continuing that um, just process as we're growing together in this, I think will be really helpful. Would you be willing to try that? Um, Okay, awesome. And the next time we get together, we can talk through that a little bit more and maybe even do some more role playing. And so just wanted to give you that as you leave today to look for an opportunity to really apply and use the serenity prayer in your life. And appreciate your time today. Have a great day, Judy. Thanks. Bye.